Hi, it's Bob again. I'm here in the shop at TRS, and I'm illustrating some additional function of a grip terminal device in the shop, in this case with a drill press. So I'm going to grasp onto the drill bit, I'm going to insert it up in here, I'm going to start to tighten down on the chuck, and I'm going to stabilize the chuck, and I'm going to actually use a normal key as you would for safety and make sure that that drill bit is locked in properly. I've got a piece of aluminum here, and I've got a fixture, a vise basically, to allow me to control and stabilize this piece of aluminum. I can hold this vise down in place and get this drill press moving and drill it this way, or vice versa. I am actually able to switch over and use my prehensor to control the drill bit depending on what the circumstance is. I'm working with a Grip 2S stainless steel prehensor. I'm going to be loading this drill with this bit. I've got the control over the system, either with the prehensor or my opposite hand to get that chuck locked in place. I can operate this drill with my prehensor, or I can operate it with my hand depending on the circumstances. So I'm just going to go ahead here and bore a hole, stabilizing the block with the prehensor, and drill through like that. Similarly, I can turn around and I can actually bore a hole using the guidance of my sound hand to maintain accuracy of the drill and yet trigger with the prehensor itself. So this is a piece of nylon plastic here, and I just want to illustrate how I can, again, the versatility of a grip terminal device. I'm going to fire up this torch. Now I can handle this and begin to heat this rod up using my anatomical hand, using my hand to hold the torch, and then heat this up to enough to start to bend this material. And I can do that using my prehensor. As you can see, I can get enough force and control to do that. But the other thing I can do is that I can lock this device down and hold it with my prehensor itself, and that gives me an alternative control where I have better feel and control over what I'm doing, manipulation in this case with my sound hand. As this starts to warm up, I'm beginning to get it to a temperature where this rod will start to soften up enough, and I'll actually be able to get a bend out of it here. I've got a Sawzall here, and I'm going to illustrate how I have the control and prehension using a Grip 2 prehensor to actually control and saw through this pipe in this fashion, and yet at the same time how I actually can control and saw through the same pipe using the grip device to control the trigger system as well. I'm going to change out this Sawzall blade to make it create it for a wood blade. I've got the control with my Grip 2S to handle that saw, so we're ready to cut this piece of wood. The bench grinder is a popular and useful tool in any shop, and I'm going to illustrate how I can use my grip prehensor for controlling a knife blade to get a good edge on this knife. Anyone who uses shop tools or uses shop equipment knows the value of extension cords, but at the same time also knows the pain that they can be as far as how extension cords can get tangled all the time. So we need to have control over them. So I'm just going to illustrate for you here how I can coil, use the prehensor that I'm wearing to create and easily coil hose materials, wire like this, using a grip prehensor device, and to get them into a situation under control where we can go ahead and hang up a coil of wire like this, so we have some control over it.